Yes, that is a cowbell you just heard as we are starting the video. And yes, if you're seeing the screenshot of us actually beating Arizona State 24-20, that is correct. We did end up getting the victory tonight against number 12 Arizona State, the same Arizona State team that made the playoffs last season in what is honestly being described, and rightfully so, as a big monumental win for Mississippi State after the disastrous year they had last year. It was a big shot in the arm that this team needed, knocking off getting the first top 25 ranked win against a non-conference opponent in 34 seasons. Basically just showing y'all the significance of how big the win was. And again, there's a lot to unpack from this, but we're just going to start from the top. Mississippi State overall, they played a really good first half. They were up 17-0 late second quarter. Then Arizona State got a late field goal, albeit with some controversial roughing the passer calls that was called against us. But nonetheless, Arizona State did get the field goal. Going to halftime, 17-3. Coming out after halftime, Arizona State does run the ball down our throats and gets into the end zone. So now State fans are starting to get a little worried because, last year it was almost the exact opposite. Arizona State dominated, and then we ended up having to come back, and we just ran out of time. Well, this time it played out a little bit differently. We dominated the first half. Arizona State came out swinging in the second half. Eventually would go ahead and tie it up in the early part of the fourth quarter. Then would take the lead off of a field goal after a very good defensive stop, by the way, that Mississippi State had. With about a minute and a half to go, Arizona State would go ahead and get a game-leading field goal. And then it comes down to a 3rd-and-9 play. And Blake Chapin throws a 58-yard pass to Brennan Thompson, who takes it all the way to the end zone for a late touchdown. And I am actually going to play this. Granted, this may, get me copyrighted, but at this point, so be it. I don't really care. Just because of how significant this is. Give me just 1 second. I'm going to actually try to find it. Yeah, here we go. Actually, y'all might not be able to hear that now that I think about it because I just realized that the desktop thing was not on there. So we're going to try this again. I do apologize about that. But it was about 40 seconds so y'all couldn't hear anything. We're going to replay this again. I do apologize.
There's Kyle Ferry warming up on the sideline. 2 plays to get 9 yards to keep the game going. Pressure was picked up. Chapin, wide open, caught across the middle. Thompson, touchdown!
Like I said, Kyle Ferry, if y'all heard they were talking about Kyle Ferry at the beginning of that, Kyle Ferry was not needed. Thankfully, we took care of it ourselves in the only way we know how. Again, Mississippi State throwing that dart to Brennan Thompson with 30 seconds to go, and then Mississippi State sealing it with a game-clinching interception on Arizona State's following drive, thus earning us the victory 24-20 over number 12th ranked Arizona State. And I'm going to show you guys some of the pictures from the scene after the game. If you give me just a second. The first image you're going to see is the image that I captured. This is where I sat. And this is when the celebration was just starting. I should have taken more pictures, and that's completely on me. But I was able to find some other pictures from the celebration that was posted online. So, we'll let you guys get a look at that. as I'm going to try to find some other pictures real quick. All right, let me go ahead and that is not what I was trying to do. Okay, let's go ahead and pull some other pictures up real quick. Guys, you see the red lighting there, and everyone's just so happy that they pulled this off, and just all the fans there. If you guys noticed, the goalposts are taken down. We did take down the goalposts, and before anyone asked, no, I was not a part of this celebration. I was in the section that you guys saw, but again, what a monumental win for Mississippi State, and this is going to speak so many volumes. This win is going to mean so much to this program, but one thing I will say, actually, there's going to be a couple things I will say. We do have some things we need to clean up from this game because we did let Arizona State back into us. We were up by a pretty big margin, and they came back on us and made it to where we had to rely on that 58-yard pass that you guys heard a minute ago. So there are things I do want us to still clean up, and I hope the message that Jeff Lebby has, players, they need to celebrate this tonight. This is something that should be celebrated tonight and maybe even tomorrow. But Monday morning, let's get back to work. Let's get ready for the next game because we got Alcorn State coming to town. And the last thing we need is for Alcorn State to do what we did to Arizona State. So we need to just focus on the fundamentals, getting everything taken care of, and going out there next Saturday and taking care of business against Alcorn State. Then NIU comes to town. Then in 3 weeks, we got Tennessee coming to town, and that's going to be one of the biggest tests we're going to have this season up to date because we do have a tough schedule. But for tonight and tomorrow, though, man, Mississippi State players and the fans, let's enjoy this tonight and tomorrow. Monday, we're back to work. We're getting ready for the next game against Alcorn State. But again, congratulations, Mississippi State. Well-deserved win as we take down number 12 ranked Arizona State 24-20. And hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, that clip that y'all heard might get copyrighted. If it does, I do apologize. But if it stays on there, enjoy it at least while it stays on there. But until then, guys, Mark McCoy signing off for now. We'll have more videos up down the road. But I will see you guys later. Peace out.